Hello, my name is Larry Martin and I'm a solutions consultant with Beyond 20. Today I want to show you a new option in Cherwell version 9.5 that is going to be a major savings for many of you out here. What I'm referring to is the new ability to add an email and event monitor into a blueprint. Now, for those of you that have been working with Cherwell for a while, you know that you either, when you're in a test system building something new for your production environment, you either have to manually add new email monitors and accounts into your system, or you have to go into the definition editor, which is not always a good place to be, especially if you're not very familiar with the definition editor, and copy things across that way. Well, now with version 9.5, we have the ability to actually define these and add the email monitor definition straight into a blueprint to go from test to prod or dev to prod. So if you haven't upgraded to 9.5 yet or looked at the release notes for 9.5, you might want to take a look at that. But let's just go ahead and jump in and show how the email monitoring manager works. So if we go in here and we create a new blueprint in our admin client, under the managers we now have an email and event monitoring manager. This is awesome. One of the things that we can do is if we have a series of email monitors that we have created manually, we can actually right click on that monitor and add it to our blueprint. We can also, since we're in a blueprint, just like with stored values or one-steps, we can come into this email and event monitoring manager and we can create a new monitor. Let's give it a name. We'll call it Demo V95. Always give a description. I'm going to be lazy and not follow my own instructions. But then down here I have multiple email accounts in my test system, so I can pick the email account that I want to use. So this email definition is going to be stored in this blueprint and should come across even if this email account does not already exist in the target system. So I'll choose my account, and then I'm going to put my IMAP settings where I want to move, when an email has been processed, I want to move that into my inbox processed. When it has an error, I'm going to move it into my inbox errors folder. Now I can identify my customer, choose whatever defaults I want to use here, and then my monitor, I can go in and start adding a new monitor. We'll call this Demo 9.5 again. Again, always put descriptions. I'm being lazy, but those descriptions are going to help you remember what you were doing at the time that you did this. ID existing record, we're going to, in this case, this particular monitor is going to be looking for a particular record, so we should have our record ID or our Cherwell conversation ID in there. We'll look for that conversation ID. We might look for our subject, etc., etc. So this isn't about how to do an email monitor. It's just showing that we have this new feature available in version 9.5. So we'll have a customer found, a subject contains test, etc., etc. Obviously, test is not a good option to use, but you know how to do email monitors. So we're going to do our add. We'll create a new incident, which is not the right thing to do in this case because we're looking for a subject and a conversation ID, so we really should be doing an update. But this is irrelevant right now because we're really showing just the fact that we have this. So we'll go ahead and do the update, which is what we'd actually be doing in this case. And in this case, we'll say let's update the call source as, well, no, we wouldn't do that in this case. See, I'm stumbling around trying to think of a good way to do this. We'll just add that we're going to update the description with additional info from customer, and then we'll put our body in here from our email. That would be a good update in this case from this email monitor. So we'll okay all that, and now we have this new Demo 9.5, and I don't remember if we said this or not, but if I have an existing monitor that has had changes, I can also add that monitor to my blueprint simply by right-clicking and say add to blueprint. We'll close that, and then we can publish our blueprint in our test environment, and those definitions will now be ready to go into a production environment. So I'm not going to save the blueprint, but I just wanted to show you how we have this new email and event monitoring manager available from our managers within the blueprint that we can actually use to create those email monitors and move those definitions from a dev or test system into our production system. Anyhow, I hope you find this information useful. It is a very awesome feature in my opinion for version 9.5. And if you find the video useful, subscribe to our channel. We have lots of videos out there to help you learn how to develop in Cherwell or find different things that you may not already know. So get out there, take a look at our channel. If you have a question, feel free to post in the channel. You can email us, you can tweet at us, and once we receive something from you, we'll either send you an email with an answer or we'll create a video showing you how to do what you've asked. Thank you.